Okay, there we go. It's good for me. Where we are right now. The 36th District Court in the state of Michigan is now in session with the Honorable Tenisha Yancey presiding. While court is in session, there will be no talking, sleeping, lying down, driving, wearing of head garments unless for religious purposes, chewing of gum, or reading any materials. Proper attire is required. Thank you. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, and good morning to everyone on Zoom.
Good morning.
Good morning. If you haven't had an opportunity to speak to House Counsel, we'll be placing you in a breakout room to do so in order to know how your counsel would like to proceed today. Do we have House Counsel on right now that are ready to proceed on any matters?
Ready on several, Your Honor.
Ready on who?
Ebony Bankhead.
One moment, please. Thank you, Ms. Bankhead, for turning on your camera. And if that is a garment that you have on, if it's not for religious purposes, I would like for you to remove it. Religious purposes or an illness.
First four came through, the last one didn't. I'll give it that to you. The first few pages came through, the last one didn't. You got stuck in the printer somehow.
Okay. Now calling the people versus Ebony Shakila Bankhead, ticket number X3622608. One count of no operator's license, multiple acts, no acts. One count of no unregistered vehicle. And the third count is default motor vehicle operation without security. Please state your appearances for the record, starting with the attorney.
Elwood Berry Jr., P28880. On behalf of Ms. Bankhead, state your full name, Ms. Bankhead.
Ebony Shakila Bankhead.
Today is the date and time set for an arraignment. I apologize, Mr. Berry, how would you like to proceed in this matter?
Ms. Bankhead would avail herself of the people's offer to enter a plea to failure to display the remaining matters to be dismissed.
Did you discuss the matter that was in default with the prosecutor?
Yes.
Okay, and she's willing to dismiss both counts counts 2 and 3?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so the court will set aside the default on count 3. Enter a plea. One moment, Ms. Bankhead, will you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that what you say today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You can put your hand down. Did you have your opportunity to speak to Attorney Berry today and he advised you of your rights?
Yes.
And you understood those rights?
Yes.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your plea today?
No.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
And you're pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes.
And you understand that pleading guilty will waive your right to a trial?
Yes, ma'am.
And understanding that you still would like to enter a guilty plea?
Yes.
Okay, turning your attention to October 14th, 2019, were you driving a 2007 Ford vehicle in the area? Okay, and were you in the area of Gallagher and I believe Davison in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
Okay, and were you stopped or pulled over or had any contact with Detroit Police Department?
Yes, I was pulled over.
And did they ask you for a license?
Yes.
Were you able to provide a license on that day?
No, I wasn't.
Okay. Satisfied, Counselor?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
And do you stipulate to probable cause on the dismissal?
So stipulated, Your Honor.
All right, so the court will set aside, I believe we already set aside the default on count 3, will enter a guilty plea, an amended guilty plea to failure to display on count 1, dismissing counts 2 and 3. On the failure to display, I will assess a fee of $220. Ms. Bankhead, how soon would you be able to pay that?
Can I have like 30 to 60 days?
Yes, hold on one moment. There we go. All right, I will give you until April 17th, 2023. If you do not pay it by April 17th, I'm also scheduling a review hearing on that date.
Okay.
Only need to show up if you have not paid it.
Okay.
Okay, if you haven't paid it, definitely show up, explain to me why you haven't paid it, but don't ignore it because it's not gonna go away.
Absolutely. Okay.
Okay, so unless you pay by April 17th, 2023, I will see you on that date, and that concludes your matter. Have a good day.
Thank you. You as well.
You're welcome. Have a good. Next matter, Mr. Berry.
Lakeisha Berry.
Now calling the people versus Lakeisha and Berry, ticket number P1269679. 1 count of no insurance misdemeanor, 2 counts that are in default or expired plates, and no receipt of unsigned registration. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Elwood S. Berry Jr. State your full name, Ms. Berry. Unmute.
Ms. Berry, you have to unmute your phone.
I don't think she.
There you are. State your name.
Here, to Ann Berry.
Today
Your Honor,
today is the date and time set for an arraignment. I would like to know how you would like to proceed, Mr. Berry.
Your Honor, Ms. Berry would avail herself of the people's offer to enter a plea to improper plates. The insurance matter to be dismissed. And that's the only, there's only the insurance charge that appears on the docket. I was not aware of the other.
I actually only saw count 1 on the docket, which is no insurance. So how were you aware of the expired plate?
I was not aware of the expired plates.
So tell me what the plea offer was again?
To reduce the no insurance charge to improper plates.
I see. I misunderstood what you said. I thought you said that expired plate would be reduced to improper plate and dismissed insurance. Do we have a prosecutor in the courtroom still?
I believe we do. She's in a breakout room.
Okay, would you like to recall this matter and have a global offer for these that are in default?
Yes, Your Honor. Could you tell me those charges again?
So first, the count one is the one that you were aware, no insurance misdemeanor. Count two is
Okay.
expired plate. Count three is no receipt of or unsigned registration. Ms. Berry, do you have your registration in place current now?
At the time, I had all, I don't even know what car this is for.
This
I
is
paid
for
all my-
this is for a 2012 Chevy, a blue 2012 Chevy.
Okay, so I paid the no insurance already. I paid $330. I have my receipt.
So my question is, do you have registration and plates for the vehicle currently?
No, I don't have the car no more. I don't
You no
have the
longer
vehicle
have
at
it.
all.
Okay,
No.
so if you would like, your attorney could speak to the prosecutor about making an offer that would include your tickets that are in default, because right now you have 2 in default that you owe on. I don't know if you paid anything on those 2, but they are currently in default, so we can set aside those defaults and see what the prosecutor is willing to do with those 2 tickets as well.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so I will recall this matter, once Attorney Berry had an opportunity to speak to Madam Prosecutor. I would also like to speak to, well, no, not necessarily, I should see what the offer is before I talk to her. So I will recall this momentarily. Ms. Berry, you can put your phone back on mute until we're ready to proceed. And before I continue, any officers in the breakout rooms? Attorney Berry or Attorney Bradfield, good morning.
Good morning. There was an officer that checked in. Let me see if let me find out where she's at, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning.
She's not in there now.
Okay, as long as I don't have any officers waiting in the breakout room, I'll continue.
She did say she was on Brain's case, BRANE.
That's me.
Stephanie, your last name is Brane, BRANE?
Stephanie Brame, I'm right here. I'm sorry, I'm late.
Is your last name BRANE?
BRAME, yes.
Okay, well, we'll wait for the officer to come back unless there has been an offer on that matter. In the meantime, are we ready to proceed on David Brandon Jr.? Ms. Bradfield, do you have, you don't have Mr. Brandon?
I didn't have Mr. Brandon, Your Honor.
All right.
I am ready on, I see 3 individuals so far that's out of the breakout room. I'm ready on those. Christopher Brown, Chase Breen, and Micah Bynum. Micah Bynum, actually, she's a date earlier, Your Honor, but we do have a resolution to our matter.
I'm sorry, Ms. Bradfield, I'm talking to the clerk about the files that we had in the courtroom. Give me one moment, okay?
Okay, no problem.
I may need you to repeat those names, but I need to see where all of today's files are. Ms. Bradfield, which one did you say you were ready to proceed on, the first one? Ms. Bradfield?
I'm back, Your Honor.
Tell me which one you said, what was the first one you were ready to proceed on?
Raymond Blair,
Raymond Blair. Okay, and once we print out the ROA on Blair, I'm going to assume that the ones that are on the screen are ready to go. If you pull your client out of the breakout room, then I'm gonna assume that they're ready to go. And I will call them in no particular order, just as we get the files.
okay, no problem.
I receive the file.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Ready as to Miss Berry, Your Honor.
Ready to proceed on Mr. Blair. Mr. Blair, can you unmute your phone and come onto the camera, please? Now calling the people first is Raymond Jerome Blair Jr., ticket number SP 136-68961. One count of failure to display a valid operator's license not on person. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Good morning, Your Honor. Daphne Bradfield, P 70578, on behalf of Mr. Blair. State your name for the record, sir.
Raymond Jerome Blair Jr.
Your Honor, for purposes of arraignment, he stand mute and waive formal reading. There is a recommendation to dismiss, and we stipulate the probable cause. He has valid documents.
Dismissal for valid docs.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Blair, I expect you to make sure that you have those documents in your vehicle at all times, and not only your license, but registration and proof of insurance. This matter would be dismissed without prejudice.
Okay, thank you.
And that
Thank
concludes
you.
this matter. You have a good day.
Thank
Okay,
you, Your Honor.
too.
You too. Now recalling the matter of Lakeisha Ann Berry, ticket number P 1269679. Please restate your appearances for the record, starting with the attorney. And Ms. Berry, you can come on camera. Oh, you're
I'm in the
not.
phone.
I get it. I'm sorry. Mr. Berry, will you restate your appearance for the record?
Lakeisha Ann Berry.
You're on mute.
Hello?
One moment, Ms. Berry, we're waiting on your attorney to unmute him.
Apologize, Your Honor. Elwood S. Berry Jr. on behalf of Ms. Berry. State your full name, Ms. Berry.
Lakeisha Ann Berry.
Your Honor, with regard to the other two matters that were referred to, the people have agreed to dismiss those matters.
Okay, so we're reducing the count 1 to improper plate, reducing counts 2 and 3, and dismissing counts 2 and 3.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, one moment. Ms. Berry, I need you to raise your right hand, although I can't see you. Will you raise your right hand and swear or affirm that what you say today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, you can put your hand down, and you had an opportunity to speak to Mr. Or Attorney Berry today. Attorney Berry, you both have the same last name, and it's kind of making me a little tongue twisted. You had an opportunity to speak to Attorney Berry today, and he advised you of your rights.
I haven't spoke with anyone.
You haven't spoken to an attorney?
No.
I don't know why she doesn't remember me.
So this is the first time that you've spoken to someone this morning, Ms. Berry?
Yes, I haven't spoken to anyone.
Okay. I'm not sure how you got into the main session without having spoken to.
I just did the job. That's all they told me to do. And that's
What'd you do? You just did what?
I dialed in like they told me. That was it. I haven't spoke to anyone this morning.
Okay, give me one moment. Let me see if I can place you in a breakout room so that he can at least give you your advice, right? And make sure that you understand what the plea offer is. Although I am not sure how to put you in a breakout room because you're calling from a phone.
Yes, sir. So we're into room 9.
All right, Attorney Berry, can you meet her in room 9?
Certainly, Your Honor.
Officer Adams, who are you here on?
Judge Officer Adams is here for, good morning, Judge, is here for Stephanie Bram.
Oh, okay, thank you. And then what did we decide on Stephanie? Hold on one second. Let me see if I have her.
No, you don't.
I don't think she's been talked to, Judge.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I don't believe anyone has spoken with her. She came in a little bit later.
Ms. Graham did.
Yes.
Your first community come to the main room.
I'm gonna place her in a breakout room so that she can speak to an attorney.
Thank you, Judge.
She will be in breakout room 13. Oh, no. I don't know. Wait 1 second. Breakout room 13. Ms. Bradfield, are you able to have a conversation with her, or do you want to proceed on your next matter quickly?
If I could proceed on my next matters because all these people were on time.
Let me tell you, right, exactly. And I appreciate that. Let me tell you who I do have ready. You can tell me which one of these are yours. You can stop me as soon as you hear one of your clients. I have a Breen ready, a David.
Breen is one.
Breen is one.
Chase Breen, yes.
Yep, okay, one moment. I'll be ready to call, Chase Breen, please turn your camera, thank you, Mr. Breen. And I apologize, I do see You have it in the notes, Ms. Bradfield. Thank you for that.
No
Or
problem.
in his name. So now I'm calling the people versus Chase Patrick Green, ticket number SX 407-51253. One count of no operator's license on a person. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Daphne Bradfield on behalf of Mr. Breen. State your name for the record, sir.
Chase Patrick Breen.
Your Honor, for purpose of arraignment, he stand mute and waive formal readings. He would like to ask that this matter be set for a bench trial. Is that correct, Mr. Breen?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and so you understand, Mr. Breen, that that bench trial will be before me as the trier of fact?
I do.
All right. The court will enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. $0 fine will be continued, and a bench trial will be set for April 1st, 2023 at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You have that date in your calendar, Mr.
I do.
Green?
Thank you.
All right. We expect you to be here this time on 4/1/23 at 9 a.m. See you then. That concludes your matter.
Okay, see you then. Thank you.
Brown, let me see if I have Christopher Brown. I do. I've seen him for a while, so I'm gonna call that one next. Give me one moment. Now I'm calling the people versus Christopher Lee Scott Brown, ticket number SP 1283181, count 318, count 1, driving unregistered or untitled vehicle, count 2, driving while license suspended, and count 3, no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Daphne Bradfield on behalf of Mr. Brown. State your name for the record, sir.
Christopher Lee Scott Brown.
Today is the date and time set for a show cause. Ms. Bradfield, how would you like to proceed?
For purposes of arraignment, he waived formal readings. Your Honor, he is aware of his trial rights. However, he would like to enter a guilty plea and accept the people's recommendation that if he was to plead to driving while license suspended, it'll be reduced down to failure to display a license, and the other 2 matters will be dismissed. Is that your understanding of the offer, Mr. Brown?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that what you'd like to do, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that what you say today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can put your hand down, and you were advised of your rights. You understood those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did anyone promise you, force you, or threaten you to take this plea today?
No, ma'am.
You're taking this plea on your own free will?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you're taking this plea because you actually are guilty. You're pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you understand that pleading guilty today will waive your right to a trial?
Yes, ma'am.
And understanding that you be waiving that right, you still would like to enter a guilty plea today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Your attention to December 8th, 2021, were you driving a 2015 Chevy in the area of Mark Twain Street in Finkel in the city of Detroit?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you either stopped by police or had an encounter with Detroit Police Department on that day?
Yes, ma'am.
Did they ask you to produce a driver's license?
No, ma'am.
You did not give them a driver's license?
No, ma'am. On that day you were inquiring about, I never had a conversation with the police. I ended up getting detained on
So I'm gonna set this matter for a bench trial. Ms. Bradfield, we'll set this matter for a bench trial on April 1st, 2023 at
Okay.
9 a.m.
All right, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Brown, you'll be back here on the same Zoom room on April 1st, 2023. We're gonna set this matter for a bench trial, due to the fact that we can't maintain a factual basis on your plea. Based on, you know, if you did not have a conversation with police, if they did not ask you for a driver's license, then I'm not sure how they could charge you with driving while license suspended. So we will see you on April 1st at 9 a.m.
Your Honor, I was under the impression that the ticket this is supposed to be
I'm
for 2019. The matter you talking about.
Mr. Brown, wait a minute, because you sound really muffled. We can't understand you. Court reporter can't understand you back.
I'm sorry for that. I was under the impression that the ticket that I'm supposed to be here for today was come back from 2019. You brought up a matter from December 8th when I was pulled over, but it went from the traffic stop to me being detained for a felony.
Okay, Mr. Brown, I cannot hear the facts of that case today. This is the case that was on the docket for today. Arose out of an offense on just all three matters arose out of an offense date of December 8th, 2021 at 10:38 a.m. Any of the facts that you like to discuss, you're gonna have to wait until and I can set this, well, we could just set it for we're setting for a bench trial. Any of the facts will be discussed on that day. If there are any prior tickets that you have from 19 or 20 that you're referring to, then those are probably already in default. That those matters are not before me today. They're not before the court today. You need to find out what the status is of those old matters and probably just pay at this point, because more than likely they're just in default.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So zoom back in on April 1st, 2023 at 9 a.m. and we'll get the current matters resolved on that day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Ladies and gentlemen. The one with the officer, are we ready to proceed on that step? I think it's Stephanie. Oh, no, we're not. I'm sorry. Well, Miss, only because, and I understand that she was late. I think it was Miss Brain or Graham. But I do want to know what we're going to do with her so that Officer Adams can know how we're going to proceed today. So
I'm gonna need, I can talk to her. I'll need a copy of that ticket though.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you need us to text? Well, we don't have the ticket. We have the ROA. You want us to email it to you?
No, I don't like to operate off the ROA because it's not,
So do you want to set this out? Wait, it's a trial. No.
It's a trial. If we could ask for a copy of the original ticket.
We can try, but I can't explain what's going on with our files today, but we will try. We'll hold off. Officer Adams, give us a little while and we can figure out what happened to the original ticket.
Ready as to Miss Berry, Your Honor.
Mr. Berry, I'm handling the previous matter still. Give me 1 moment.
Of course.
Ready to proceed on Ms. Berry?
Ready, Your Honor.
Okay, recalling the matter of Lakeisha Ann Berry, ticket number P 1269679, one count of no insurance misdemeanor, one count of expired plates, one count of no receipt of unsigned registration. I took a brief recess so that Ms. Berry had an opportunity to talk to the attorney. Ms. Berry, you had an opportunity now to talk to your attorney?
Yes,
Okay, and he advised you of your rights, you understood those rights?
yes,
And you understand that the prosecutor, in this matter has offered a plea to reduce your no insurance to improper plates and dismiss your second and third offense?
yes,
And you wish to accept that plea today?
yes,
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for that plea today?
no,
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
yes,
And you're pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
yes,
Do you understand that pleading guilty will waive your right to a trial?
Yes,
And understanding that you're waiving that right, you would still like to take a plea?
yes,
All right, stipulate to probable cause on dismissals.
So
Counselor,
stipulated, so stipulated, Your Honor.
and Ms. Barry, I'm gonna turn your attention to, and I believe I already swore you to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, right? We already
Yes.
swore you in? Okay. On or about, I believe, November 14, 2021, were you driving a 2012 Chevy in the area of Woodward and Baltimore in the city of Detroit?
yes,
And was there an incident that had you to where you had an encounter with Detroit Police Department on that day?
yes,
Okay, and when they pulled you over, did the vehicle that you have proper plates and or insurance?
no,
Okay. Satisfied, counselor?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
The court is satisfied. We will enter a plea, an amended charge of improper plates while dismissing the no insurance, expired plates, and the no receipt or unsigned registration will all be dismissed without prejudice. On the improper plate, the court will assess a fee of $220. Ms. Berry, are you able to pay that within the next 2 weeks?
yes,
And you're sure that you can pay it within two weeks?
yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna have that due by. One second. So that will be due by March 2nd, Thursday, March 2nd. I'm gonna also set this for a review hearing on March 17th. If you have paid it by March 17th, then you don't need to appear in court, okay?
Okay, thank you.
That concludes your matter.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
You too, take care.
Bye-bye. You too.
All right. Are you ready to proceed on Jada Brown?
Ready, Your Honor.
Ms. Brown, can you turn your camera on?
Yes.
Thank you. Now calling the people versus Jada Raquel Brown, ticket number SP 133-8501. One count of no insurance misdemeanor. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Elwood S. Berry Jr. on behalf of Ms. Brown. State your full name, Ms. Brown.
Jada Brown.
Your Honor, as it turns out, Ms. Brown has valid insurance, and she's emailed it to the court, to Mr. Sanford, Officer Sanford.
One moment. Was a copy emailed to Madam Prosecutor as well, or did she request one?
She did not.
I did not, Judge. I trusted Attorney Berry's representation as an officer of the court.
And Ms. Berry, were you able to verify the insurance?
She had it on her phone, Your Honor. That's why I had her send it to the court officer.
Okay, one moment. Let me see if we received it.
Can I email it to you, Your Honor? Is that possible? Is this not
So
coming out
Tenisha
completely?
got Yancey.
Yes.
Just one moment, please.
All right, sir.
Okay. The court has verified that Ms. Brown has current insurance that expires July 8th, 2023. Therefore, this matter will be dismissed without prejudice. Due to valid docs. Ms. Brown, make sure that you keep your documents in the vehicle with you at all times, okay?
Okay.
Have a good day.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Ready on the mat, or do we at least have an agreement on the, oh, my God, April 1st is a Saturday. We are here.
Oh, my goodness. They'll get a notice in the mail.
Okay.
So we'll change it. He's a third.
Ms. Walker, the ones that we did for April 1st will be on April 3rd.
That is fine, Judge.
Thank you. And we're still, I appreciate your patience, Officer Adams. The attorney is still in the breakout room with Ms. Graham on your matter. Are we ready to proceed on Zakiya Bell? No. Zakiya, we'll just go down one more. Your attorney is in the breakout room. Do you have Mr. Brandon, Mr. Berry?
Judge, actually, we can probably proceed with Ms. Bell. Mr. Berry would step in. That's set for trial. There's no officer.
Oh, right.
Perfect.
It's set for trial and there's no officer on Ms. Bell?
That's correct.
All right, Ms. Bell, can you turn your camera on, please? And I just want to double check and make sure that there's no. Okay. Now calling the people versus Zakiya Bell, ticket number U619-13221, one count of narcotic and drug related violation. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Elwood S. Berry Jr. on behalf of the defendant. State your full name.
Zakia Bell.
Today is the date and time set for a trial in this matter. How would you like to proceed, Counselor?
Your Honor, this is, our motion is for dismissal, there being no complaining witness, Your Honor.
Right, the court takes note that it is now 10:04 a.m. This trial was set for 8:35 a.m. and we do not have an officer that has checked in as of yet. Therefore, this matter will be dismissed. Ms. Bell, take this as a, an opportunity to start with a clean slate and not to get involved in any of these issues in the future, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
So are we ready on David Brandon yet?
Your Honor, I think we've done Mr. Brandon. He entered a not guilty plea. I think you set this matter for bench trial.
Mr. Brandon? Mr. Brandon? Mr. Brandon, will you turn your camera on, please? I don't recall seeing Mr. Brandon. Mr. Brandon, have we called him?
It's my first time. You never
No,
seen
we
me.
didn't, Your Honor.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. And then, Mr. Brandon, have you had an opportunity to speak to an attorney?
Yeah.
You have?
Yes, we did speak, Your Honor.
Okay, one moment then. Are you aware of the matter? There are either matters in default or matters on future dates. Give me one moment. Are you aware of those, Counselor?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Brandon, you didn't share with your attorney that you had some other matters in this court?
I just talked to him.
I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am, I did. I don't know how he forgot about me.
Here you go. All right, give us a moment to figure out what these other matters are. If they're scheduled for a future date, then we can schedule them all for the same bench trial date.
It was all supposed to be done. This keep happening. This is my fourth time coming. This keep happening. Same thing.
What keeps happening?
They keep pushed. This they keep getting pushed. All these dates getting pushed. I all my paperwork. I show.
Have you been before me, Mr. Brandon? Is this your first time before me?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the third time I.
Okay, so prior to today,
It was Judge Ford.
prior to today doesn't exist to me, okay? We're getting ready to try to figure out how many you have. First of all, it's your fault that you have over 5 tickets in this file. Secondly, I'm trying to, are you gonna continue to talk while I'm talking? Secondly, I am trying to combine these matters so that you are here only, I don't wanna see you more than one more time either, okay? So we're trying to figure out, for your sake, what else you have out there to combine them all. You asked for a bench trial date, correct?
No.
Mr. Berry, did you say that we're getting ready to set this for a bench trial?
No, Your Honor.
What are we doing on Mr. Brandon today?
He stands ready to enter a plea to failure to display
Okay.
the offer of the prosecutor.
All right, so is it your desire, Mr. Brandon, to leave the rest of them? If there are any in default or warrant status, you want me to just leave those hanging out there? Mr. Brandon?
No, I want to take care of everything.
Okay, so give me a moment so that we can take care of everything. Ms. Bradfield, are we able to proceed on Ms. Firm or Graham, or at least allow Officer Adams to go?
Your Honor, I'm trying to get an update to see that they find the ticket. We definitely would need that ticket if we're proceeding to trial.
Okay, we're waiting, we're still,
Okay, for due process reasons. Thank you.
absolutely.
What was that?
Oh, what's going on with these?
I wrote on the front of it.
Okay, thank you. And do we have this?
Ms. Graham.
That was with her. See, on a trial ticket, we actually can't proceed. If we can't find a ticket, Ms. Bradfield, are you requesting a dismissal?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll put the,
I'm sorry, Ms. Bradfield, I should have given you an opportunity to respond.
yeah, I definitely will, Your Honor.
And Officer Adams, do you happen to have a copy of that ticket on your end? We do not have it here.
I have a copy. It's filed. I would have to go through the file and obtain it. I wasn't able to get that prior to.
Okay.
And
And Madam,
people would request an adjournment.
okay. All right, so,
Can I bring her out, Your Honor, so she knows what's going on? Thank you.
yes. And we are still on the record for Brandon, Mr. Brandon, and I apologize for going off tangent, Madam Court Reporter, but we are still on the record for Brandon, David Lewis Brandon Jr. Mr. Brandon, you do have a ticket that you have one that is in warrant status. You currently have a warrant on arising out of an incident on March 14th, 1995. So
The day I was born?
I'm so sorry, 10/20, I looked at the wrong date, 10/21/2021. So the court will set aside that warrant. It's on a driving while license suspended and a no insurance misdemeanor. So we will recall the warrant on this matter. Madam Prosecutor, on the rest, I'm gonna read out the rest of these and you can decide if you wanna make a global offer, or if we just wanna handle all of these on the day of trial. No, we're not setting this for trial, so how you would like to proceed on these matters. Mr. Berry, he has one that is scheduled for February 16th. Actually, several scheduled in this courtroom on February 16th. He has one that is pending, two that are pending with no date, that the court will try to figure out what the status is on that. So the option right now is to, we can't do any on the ones that are pending. They occurred on March 7th. So you've been busy, Mr. Brandon, so you can't be antsy when you keep racking up these tickets, right? But what we could do is try to schedule all of these for 2/16, for, you already have to come back on February 16th. That's why you keep having to come back. You're not coming back because Judge Board, you're coming back because you keep reoffending. Is that correct?
No. I've been going to court November, December, January, and February, and before that, October.
Yeah, because you have an incident date from October 21st. You have another incident date for
October 21st for what?
March of, you don't know why?
I don't even have those.
So you have a warrant from October 21st, 2021, Mr. Brandon. From an incident that occurred on October 21st, 2021, you have an outstanding warrant. Do you understand that?
I don't know what that, like, what.
Okay, Mr. Berry, how would you like to proceed on these, on the default, on the ones that are the warrant, on the outstanding warrant in today's matter? He will come back on February 16th to handle these other matters on his own.
Judge, today is February 16th.
That's why I'm here now.
So we have two that are from today. How do you want to proceed on the warrant? I apologize.
Oh,
In the future dates, just whenever these incidents that occurred on March 7th, 2022, he'll just come back again to resolve those two matters. But how would you like to proceed on the two and the outstanding warrant?
Judge, the people would prefer, and it's up to Mr. Berry, that we be able to do all the offers at one time to give a global resolution. It would probably be in Mr. Brandon's best interest.
and that's my belief also, Your Honor.
All right, so, Mr. Brandon, like it or not, you have to come back at least one more time, and I'm gonna set this out so that this March case can catch up with all the rest of your cases. And so we're gonna set this out for May 18th, 2023, just to give the court time to enter the information or the dates for the March. We're gonna just set them all for May 18th, 2023. All of them, including the warrant that was set aside. So for the record, ticket number P1267084, we're setting aside, or we're recalling the warrant in that matter, setting that for May 18th, 2023. The two that were in front of us today will be adjourned till May 18th, 2023. And the outstanding matters that have no date as of yet, we will enter it for May 18th, 2023.
Same time.
Yes, we'll see you on May 18th at, 8:35 a.m. So see you on that day, Mr. Brandon. That should be the final time unless you get another ticket between now and then.
I sold every car I have. I'm getting no more tickets.
All right, take care. Have a good day. All right, we're ready on brain.
Yes, Your Honor.
So that we can adjourn it.
We don't have a file, Your Honor. I can just print out a register of action. No, this one right here.
Now calling the people versus Stephanie Elena Brain, ticket number U63135722. One counter operating a place of illegal occupation. Please state your appearances for the record, starting with the attorney.
Anna Walker, P53794, appearing on behalf of the people, along with Police Officer Lauren Adams, badge 290.
Daphne Bradfield on behalf of Ms. Brain. State your name for the record, Ms. Brain.
Stephanie Elena Brain.
Today is the date and time set for a trial. Ms. Bradfield, how would you like to proceed?
Your Honor, I'm understanding that we can't locate the original ticket. Is very key for this case that we have the original ticket. It's a violation of the constitutional due process rights. It's a violation of the Michigan Rules of Evidence, Best Evidence Rule, and also the court's own website deemed register of actions as unreliable. So we move to dismiss for due process reasons.
And Judge, the people would just argue that the original ticket was lost through no fault of the people, that the original was placed with the court when it was first filed, which created the court record. For that reason, the people would request an adjournment to try to locate the original.
Okay, in response, typically I would dismiss, Ms. Bradfield, a matter like this, but I am willing to bet that it's not as to any fault of the people that the ticket is lost. We are having some issues in my courtroom today on files. It just so happened today. So therefore I will grant an adjournment, one-time adjournment based on the people's request. We will adjourn this matter to April 3rd, 2023 at 9 a.m.
Thank you, Judge. Officer Adams, are you available April 3rd?
Yes, that's fine.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
You said 9 a.m., Your Honor?
9 a.m., yes.
Okay, thank you.
You got that, Ms. Brain?
Yes, I do.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
And I have Micah Bynum. Mr. Berry, did you finish talking with Mr. Baker Huff?
Yes.
Okay, because he's still in the breakout room. That's why I was asking.
And I believe, councils, you both have offers on those. Is that correct? I need to take off if you guys are both set with me for right now.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right, thank you. And thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Madam Prosecutor. So we have Bynum and Buffett both ready?
Yes, I will say, I will say Bynum is a day early, but we do have a resolution, Your Honor.
Oh, okay, is that what, okay, so can we print out? You okay with the fact that we don't have the original ticket on Bynum?
Yes, for that one, yes.
All right.
My concern is always just for trial date for that.
Definitely understand. And I will bring Mr. Huff out of the breakout room. Whichever one I have, if Mr. Huff comes into the breakout room before I have registered action, then I'll otherwise we can find. You may want to go into the breakout room, and I'm assuming that because it doesn't have Bradfield next to his name, that it's your client, Mr. Berry. You may want to go into let him know that I asked him to come into the main room, but he hasn't come in yet. He has to accept it. All right, now calling the people versus Mackay Bynum, ticket number SP 133-77401, one count of driver's license never acquired. Please state your appearance for the record, starting with the attorney.
Daphne Bradfield on behalf of Ms. Bynum. State your name for the record, please. Ms. Bynum, please.
Bynum, unmute your phone and turn your camera on, please.
No, okay. Well,
state your name for the record.
And be still.
I'm coming to sit down.
Okay.
Michael William Bynum.
All right, so originally this matter was set for tomorrow. We are going to hear today since Ms. Bynum is present. Ms. Bradfield, how would you like to proceed on this matter?
Your Honor, there's a recommendation from the people to dismiss this matter. She did take care of 3 civil infractions that arose out of the same incident and paid fines on those, Your Honor.
Okay, and does she have a license now?
Yes.
You do have your driver's license currently?
Yes.
Okay, give me one moment to verify that. As long as I can verify that you have a driver's license, I'll dismiss it today. Otherwise, I think I'm gonna set it, either reschedule it, set it out for to give you time to get the driver's license. Yeah, that's just give me one moment.
Okay.
Ms. Bynum, are you at work?
No, I'm in school.
Oh, okay. Are you still in high school?
I'm in college.
Okay. It is, all right. So, thank you. All right, so this matter will be, we did verify, the court did verify that you do currently have your driver's license. Thank you for doing that and being responsible. And so make sure that you always have those things in your car, the driver's license, proof of insurance, everything should be in your car at all times. But this matter will be dismissed without prejudice. Good luck to you, Ms. Bynum.
Thank you.
One moment and I'm ready to proceed on. Now calling the people versus Brian J. Baker Huff Jr., ticket number SP 1279880, one count of improper plates, one count of driving while license suspended, one count of driving unregistered untitled vehicle. Please state your appearances for the record, starting with the attorney.
L.S. Barry Jr. on behalf of Mr. Baker Huff. State your full name, Mr. Baker Huff.
Brian J. Baker Huff Jr.
Your Honor, Mr. Baker Huff would avail himself of the people's offer to enter a plea to failure to display, reducing from the driver while license suspended and the remaining matters to be dismissed.
Okay, so count 3 will be, we will enter a guilty plea to the amended charge of failure to display. Counts 1 and 2 will be dismissed without prejudice. Mr. Baker Huff, that just means that the people could bring this matter back if they so choose. However, today, the plea, based on the plea agreement, I will enter the failure to display and assess a fee of $220. When are you able to pay that?
Next Thursday.
Okay, I am going to give you 2 weeks to pay and set this matter. Are you sure that you can pay it by next Thursday?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm gonna set this matter. I'm sorry?
I think you might want to have a factual basis.
Oh. Do you stipulate to the 4 corners of the ticket on a factual basis, Mr. Berry? Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then do you also stipulate to probable cause on the dismissal?
Yes, Your Honor. So stipulated.
Mr. Baker Huff, I was getting a little too antsy. You were the last one. Did you have an opportunity to speak to your attorney and he advised you of your right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understood those rights?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty? Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea today?
No, ma'am.
And you're pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
Pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes.
And do you understand that pleading guilty today will waive your right to a trial?
Yes.
Understanding that you're waiving that right, you would still like to enter your guilty plea?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Berry. Once again, so noted that the court will and have entered a guilty plea to the amended charge of failure to display. And the fee again is $220. I'm going to set this matter for review for 3/7/23. If you haven't paid it by March 17, 23, Mr. Baker Buff, you need to come back into this courtroom on Zoom at 8:35 a.m.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Can I speak to the attorney before I hang up or anything?
Sure. We can put you back in a breakout room with him.
I had just asked him a question and it didn't get answered, so I'm just trying to figure out what I need to do.
Just if it's a general question, what is it? Like, where do you pay?
No, ma'am. So when I set up this court date, I'm trying to get my license. The lady, I forgot her name, I apologize, but she told me that I had 12 warrants and she was gonna see what she can do to get everything taken care of or talked about at one time. And I thought this was the day that it was supposed to happen. So I don't know if that's still on the schedule or I don't know how it even works.
You were here last, Mr. Baker Huff. Who was the judge in that matter?
I think it was the last name was Ford. I don't remember it. I remember seeing Ford on the.
And you had 12 warrants that she set aside?
She just told me, so I had went to the Secretary of State and I was just trying to get my license. She told me I had called 36th District and they told me that I would have to come down. When I was trying to get prepared for the Zoom meeting that I had a couple weeks ago, she was like, "Oh, well, Mr. Huff, I'm gonna see what I can do for you." and see if we can get all these things taken care of at one time. She had said it was a bunch of stuff, and it was just too much for me to take in and figure out what was going on. But
We're gonna need
that's where I'm.
a prosecutor back, on this matter.
Your Honor,
I'm sorry.
I
I
did
can't
look,
hear nothing. It was a lot of
I
paper
did,
moving or something.
I just
No
did
worries.
look up his name and
I'm sorry, Ms. Bradfield.
I did look up his name and I do see a lot of stuff in the warrant status.
Oh, we do too. We do too. We're printing it all now.
Okay.
Mr. Berry, why didn't you bring that up to us if you mentioned it to you in breakout room?
Well, I have no valid response for that, Your Honor.
Okay, so in this courtroom, we want to, we like efficiency, right? So we want to make people's lives better when they leave here than they were when they got here. So if they bring it to your attention that there are outstanding matters, the court is not gonna always catch that. Especially, you know, when it's kind of chaotic in the morning for us, when files are missing. So we're expecting that House Counsel, especially if they bring it to your attention, that you bring it to the court's attention so that we can take care of all these matters at one time, okay?
Understood, Your Honor.
All right, so we're printing these out, Mr. Baker Huff. You're lucky because we got time for it today. We got quite a bit out here, okay? In the courtroom. Ooh. Keep on playing. We know exactly what he's talking about. You got another one.
I asked for them to send a prosecutor over to your courtroom, Your Honor.
Thank you so much. I'm calling her on her cell phone. Thank you. I don't want to pick up now, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Ms. Bradfield, do you want to take the rest of these and we can let Mr. Berry go?
I don't have a problem with that if Mr. Berry don't have a problem with it.
Mr. Berry, would you like for Ms. Bradfield to take the rest of these 12 matters and you can be released for today?
I'm good to go with that, Your Honor.
All right.
Take care.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Thanks, Daphne.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Bradfield.
No problem.
Mr. Baker Huff, and I apologize just on behalf of House Counsel, because typically what we would like to do is when we know that these other outstanding matters, especially warrants, and you do have the 12 warrants, that we would like to be able to recall these warrants. However, the prosecutor needs to be able to be involved to make a global offer or you know, combine some of these matters into one. And so now we have to wait for her to come back because we released her before we called her case. Okay. You're on mute. You're on mute, Mr. Baker Huff. I was thinking that I kind of knew you were saying, okay, thank you, or something like that, but you continue to talk and I can't hear anything. You can take yourself off mute.
Okay. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I have a detail business and I'm just trying to get my license so I can get a new truck and get out here and get the money that's owed to me.
Absolutely. And we want to be able to help you do that.
Definitely appreciate it.
So the court is going to take a brief recess. We'll just to wait for stand by though, Ms. Baker Hub. You could put your
No
phone
problem.
on mute, turn your camera off, but be close to your phone to where when we call this matter, when we recall your matters, that you're able to sit down right where you are to proceed.
Okay. No problem.
Okay.
I'll be here. I'm waiting.
All right.
Your Honor, while we're waiting, I'm gonna log off and log back in. My laptop is acting chaotic again.
Okay.
Okay,
I have a feeling we're going to be waiting for a while.
okay.
Ms. Bradfield, did you have Christopher Brown? Please say you did. I don't think you did, but did you?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, what was that?
Did you have Christopher Brown?
Yes, I did have Christopher Brown.
Praise God. What did we do on him? Because my notes are don't match. They don't match at all.
He was, I know, because originally he was supposed to be taking a plea, but he couldn't establish a factual basis, so you have him coming back.
Oh, right. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. I'm like, so how do I have DWAP on 2 of these and then set for trial, not guilty, set for trial for 1? But I got it now. Thank you so much.
No problem, no problem.